Good afternoon, everybody. This is Mark, and we're back here for the afternoon call and the wrap-up. So if we didn't think summer began over the last few weeks, it's here. And unfortunately, I think that's going to mean the market's going to stay relatively slow. I don't know if you recognize today, there was individual issues for us to take advantage of and to trade, but overall, this market was very, very slow, and I think that's going to be much of the case. Unfortunately, this week, probably leading up into earnings, I would imagine. But you know, earnings are coming around in a few weeks anyway, so that on the positive note, and we are finding individual stocks to trade from a shorter term perspective. So overall, market down a little bit today, but just hanging in there. You can see the spiders, basically 3 red days. Maybe it's viable tomorrow, but I think it's just going to be digestion. Same thing with IWMs and Qs. Standout stocks today, not really anything. I guess there was a few. The solars we've been talking about, I think that's an industry that, every pullback is going to be viable. It seems like in the hot space right now. I would certainly continue to look at it. I think SCTY, one of the better in breed, but I think it's a little bit too past its buy point. But, at FSLR today, closed above 70, which isn't bad. Soon probably needs a few more days. SPWR, after the downgrade, came back and held in there very nicely. CSIQ actually looks decent. But again, are they going gangbusters right away? Not necessarily. Get good prices, sit, and be patient across the board. High beta, not really a whole lot to talk about. Yet Tesla, I guess, early in the morning had a nice little move up and out of this pattern. This thing could get to 245, 250 pretty easily. It looks really good. I think it got some comments this morning from some analysts. So overall, technically, it looks good. People have been asking me, what do you think of Netflix? What do you think of Amazon? The key is to buy these things on pullbacks if you like the idea, and expecting that eventually they're going to go higher. But it's all about timing, and it's all about what your patience can handle. Because 3 days down is the normal rule of thumb into key moving averages. But you got to sit and you got to wait, and sometimes it takes a little longer than everybody expects. So overall, I think that's what people have to look for across the board. Facebook today had a decent move, finally got above its 65, but it's Facebook, so it could just do back and forth for a few days. We'll see. At some point, it's getting 68, 70. I just don't know how it's going to get there. But either way, it should be on the radar, and we'll go from there. Twitter, again, a bid keeps coming in, and it keeps getting supported, but not a whole lot to do intraday except buying on pullbacks in a shorter time frame. Only thing to trade. Some of the ags had some news. Monsanto had a move. Nothing to write home about, but a lot of them are at highs, so you got to certainly take note at minimum. I know somebody on one of the videos asked about the IBB, the Biotech index, or biotechs in overall. They're very selective. You better know when the studies are coming out. You better know when they're presenting. You got to know the information that's attached to it. Understanding technically, the technicals should back that up. I don't really have any standouts on the technicals on IBB at all right now. Jazz to me looks okay. Celgene looks good, but again, a little past its buy point. Guild is okay. But nothing too exciting. So, but you always have 1 or 2 biotechs in play every single day, so you certainly have to be on the radar accordingly. And overall, guys, I think we're just in this tape where, it's going to be slow summer till earnings, which is only a few weeks away, but just don't do too much. You don't have to expect too much. Don't do too much. Get a price, wait for it. Some of the Chinese guys, I said, look okay. They started waking up today. I think you might get a trade in there tomorrow. Even Baidu, maybe above 180, could be interesting. I talked about YY this morning, again, 70. Had a nice move. I would think, probably moves back to the top end of that range, which again is 75, 76, which would be a nice trade accordingly if you were involved. Wuba, I'm not in, but, something that 2-3 days down might be interesting. I know somebody called out Kihu. Not quite there yet, but normal rule of thumb. 3 days down, buying into the pullback of stuff you like. That's how people are getting paid accordingly in this type of tape, because we are a strong tape. Make no mistake about that. Obviously, the geopolitical news is getting a little scarier by the day, but overall, that's the only thing that's right now can derail us, for very quickly. So you got to certainly be aware of it, but overall the technicals tell us we're going higher. It's just going to be a little bit of a grind, and it's going to probably be very, very slow. So give or take whatever you want to do, and understand you could probably reduce your risk accordingly. So when you put it on, you're not putting yourself in too much jeopardy if, obviously a gap down of some sort or some geopolitical news happens and it's unexpected. And that's it, guys. I don't really have a whole lot. Again, not excited about the tape for the most part. I'm taking tomorrow off, but I think we grind. I just think we grind this week. Little digestion here and there. I think find your one or two gems to trade, and you'll be able to take advantage of it. Good luck, and I'll see you all on Wednesday.